Hello friends, today we're going to be reviewing the FAMAS Assault Rifle for the Medic class. I'm going to briefly go over my loadout and why I chose that loadout, and then I'm going to discuss why I think this is a fantastic but highly situational weapon. Okay, so first thing, for the optic I'm using the Coyote Red Dot sight, and that's simply because that is the optic that I have chosen to use for all of my assault rifles, all of my carbines, and all of the PDWs in this game, so that I have the most consistent feel when I'm using different weapons, because I like to mix it up and use different weapons in the game. Okay, for the accessory I'm using the green laser sight, and there's a very simple reason for this. It's my favorite color and it looks really pretty, and I don't need any other reason to use it. For the barrel we're using the compensator. My reasoning behind that is the spread of this weapon is pretty awful, and I'm not doing mag dumps anyway, and I kind of like the feel of it, and it seemed a little bit more controllable while I was under suppression. Could totally be in my head, but it's what feels the best to me, so that's what I'm going with. And at the end of the day, even if statistically it's not the best attachment, you want to go with what feels right to you. On the note of the underbarrel, I'm using the vertical grip because this weapon already does a decent job at hipfire, and the vertical grip really just makes it kind of great at those up close engagements when you're firing from the hip. For a weapon that is so inaccurate, it really destroys people from the hip. Okay, so let's discuss why this is a fantastic but highly situational weapon, okay? And to do that, you have to understand the three major drawbacks to this weapon. The first is the fact that you get 26 bullets with one in the chamber, okay? That's not a lot of bullets for a weapon that fires this fast. The other major drawback is the reload time for a weapon, once again, with such a small magazine count and that fires so fast, really feels horrifically long, okay? And the third drawback, at range, you might as well use a slingshot because the gun is garbage, okay? It is way too inaccurate to be dropping people at range, and you're going to use way too much ammunition. And seeing how this is Battlefield, support players, as a general rule, appear to be allergic to dropping ammo. Quick side note, if you're a support player, just so you know, you have infinite ammo boxes. There's only a slight cooldown, so drop them very frequently, and it would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so with those three drawbacks, you might be thinking, well, this gun kinda sounds like garbage, which would be true if it weren't for the two things that this weapon is exceptional at. And the first of those being its rate of fire. It is the fastest firing assault rifle available, which means people will die very, very quickly. The other thing that it is very good at is hip fire. Combined with a laser sight and a vertical grip, this gun is probably one of the best assault rifles for firing from the hip. So we combine those strengths and understand the weaknesses of this weapon, and then we get why it is a very effective but highly situational weapon. Okay, so let's talk about creating situations where this weapon can be really effective and avoiding situations that's really going to hurt you with the weaknesses of this weapon. So the first thing you're going to want to do is change your position in the pack. There's back of the pack players, and that tends to be more like snipers and DMR users and things of that nature. There's middle of the pack, and then there's front of the pack, and you want to be front of the pack. And the reason is simple. Range is not your friend, okay? The further away the enemy is, the more of a disadvantage you're at. So you want to close those gaps. You want to get in flag zones. You want to be playing inside of buildings, okay? Because the closer the enemy has to come to you, or the closer you get to them, the more of an advantage you have. And you also want to be very, very mindful of cover. So when you get in there, you have to be head on a swivel, very aware of what's going on around you, because you are going to have to be going into cover a lot to reload this weapon, because it does take a while, and you are almost instantly out of ammo once you start pushing that trigger. So the other thing that goes along with that level of aggression is you need to get really comfortable using your pistol, okay? Due to the fact that sometimes you're just going to be stuck in some pretty gnarly situations where you can't hardly immediately fall back to cover to reload your weapon. They're just right in your face. You're going to have to bust out your pistol and hope for the best on that one. And there's nothing wrong with retreating while shooting your pistol. That's the enemy under a little bit of suppression, bullets flying by their head, and you have to think twice about what they're doing to pursue you. It gives you that little bit of breathing room to get your primary reloaded, get back in there, and finish them off very quickly. Okay guys, that's pretty much all I had for you on the FAMAS. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments on maybe a different loadout that you think is a little better, or you'd like me to do a review on another specific weapon, go ahead and let me know. Also, thumbs up are always greatly appreciated. Go ahead and subscribe for more videos. I'm going to try and put a Know Your Weapon out about once a week. Sorry for the delay on this one. You know, life, it happens. I'm going to continue doing live gameplay commentary. Seems like you guys are kind of enjoying those. If you have loadout suggestions or anything like that, maybe a particular map you want to see me play, go ahead and let me know. And as always, God bless. There's a little extra gameplay video on here for you, so enjoy that.